Hello, good people, and thank you so much for checking out my channel. I hope everyone's having a great week. We're on Tuesday. Of course, I just finished a 5-mile walk. I got 5 miles in, guys. I'm so excited about it. I'm letting my heart rate come down some more, and then, go take care of whatever else I have to take care of around the house, and of course, shower. But I did get a chance to watch 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. And the title of this episode is Cold and Calculated. And it's actually Mike who said those words about Hamina. But we're going to start out with Jasmine and Gino. All right, so Jasmine and Gino, he proposed to her. They seem to be in a good note. They're back in Panama City. And they are like unpacking in her new place. She was in an apartment with a roommate. That didn't work out. So now she's moved into her very own apartment, which Gino is going to have to foot the bill for. And she's making that clear to him that he's going to have to pay that $700 a month rent for her. And she's like, she knows that's something he can do. I guess she's thinking about all the money that he would normally give to his sugar babies. Okay, now that I'm your fiance, you can pay my lease, which is $700 a month. And Gino's so concerned about having to pay that money. He's like, well, this is something I can do for a little while, but I don't know how long this is going to go on because of COVID. He's not working, at that particular time. And Jasmine's just like, well, get whatever job you have to get to make sure that you get this taken care of, because this is something I need you to do. She told him even if he had to bus tables, go work at a restaurant. She didn't say bus tables, but in so many words she did, because she said you can go work at a restaurant or whatever. So we see Gino later on where he's talking to his uncle, and he's letting him know about the proposal and everything's going good with him and Jasmine. So the uncle asked Gino, well, did you bring up about the prenup, that you need to bring up about the prenup? Because apparently, according to what Gino said anyway, Gino has some bank. He's invested in stocks. He's been playing around with the stocks and everything, and he said that he has like $650,000. That's a lot of money, Gino. Great job. So he's trying to protect his money, because he said that's his retirement. So now he has the task of trying to ask Jasmine about a prenup. So later on, we see they go to dinner together, and of course they always have their up and down. So here they are, and Jasmine's like, I don't want to bring up anything negative, but I do have to say that I need your ex-wife to drop your last name. So Gino's ex-wife, he's been divorced from her for about 8 years. However, the ex-wife still has his last name. She still carries it. And that's something that a lot of women do. So Jasmine, she has a problem with that. She does not want that woman. She calls her the B word. I don't know why she's calling that woman the B word, calling her a bitch. I don't know why I'm saying the B word. It's bitch. So she was like, I don't want that bitch having your last name. She don't have any kids by you. What's the point? Whatever. And so now Jasmine's put it on Gino to confront the ex-wife and to have her to drop the last name. But from my understanding in the United States, I don't think it's anything that he can do. The ex-wife has the right to keep the last name as she wants. And Gino, he's looking so frightened and so scared. He's like, he don't understand why Jasmine has a problem with that. It's just the last name, whatever. So it's a lot of craziness. I don't know. I haven't had to deal with anything like that, so I don't know. So anyway, that frightened him and got him too scared to ask her about the prenup, and that was something he wanted to bring up before he got ready to come back to the U.S. So I don't know when he's going to be able to ask about the prenup, or if he could ever get around to that, because I'm quite sure she's going to flip out on him again. So I need to do something with my hair. It's in the clip. But anyway, so that was Gino and Jasmine. We'll see what happens on the next episode with them. Maybe he will get around to it. But what he has to work on now is trying to talk to that ex-wife about the last name. Oh, my God. That lady come up with something all the time. I don't know if they're gonna be a good fit for each other. Cause Jasmine, I don't know if she seems pretty young. I don't know if she's premenopausal or what's going on with her, but it's just she's teen too much with a lot of things already. And then she was also telling Gino about how she's gonna need money when she moves to America, to Michigan with him, because she's gonna redecorate his place and she's gonna need a lot of money. And whew, she's giving me a headache. All right, so Uzma and Kimberly. It's time for Kimberly to come back to the States. And of course, she's boohoo crying and she's so emotional because she doesn't want to leave Uzman and all that stuff. And so she's also concerned about trying to have a long distance relationship with him. She said that he gives her a lot of insecurities, especially with things like he doesn't want to be intimate in public. He didn't want to give her a kiss. Well, he didn't give her a kiss when they were at the airport or anything like that. So, and he said, you know, it's because of the culture. And I guess some cultures are like that. You don't do all that PDA in front of everybody. So, I don't know. So, the biggest thing for this particular episode was Mike and Hamina. And we know all hell has been breaking loose with Mike and Hamina. Hamina, it would seem that she's been using Mike for money, but I don't know. At the same time, it's like he's pushing himself on her. She finally admitted to him that she just wasn't ready to get married, and really she's disgusted with him. Like, he's not the person for her. He's done a lot of gross things, and they're just not a match for each other. And I'm really happy that she came forward and she admitted to him that, you know, she didn't want to be with him, and instead of getting married to him just for his money. He's been taking care of her for quite a while, paying for her rent, paying for other things in her apartment, and he was giving her enough money to where she did not have to work. So, and he's pretty much been taking care of her entire family, her mom, her dad, her sister, all of them live in that place with her 2 kids. So, but she did come forward and she was honest. I think she did try to play it out as long as she could, because she was trying to get liposuction, get a boob job and all that, because she said she wanted to get a job as a model. So she was trying to get money from Mike to tweak her body. So that didn't happen. It's like, I guess he was putting 2 and 2 together, that she was just using him for money or whatever. And plus, maybe he listened to his dad and granddad, because they told him before he even went back over to Colombia, that he should just stop, like, giving her money, you know. So I guess with all that going on, he put 2 and 2 together, and that's what made him not give her the money for the surgeries that she wanted to have. And with him not giving her the money, it's just like she really lost interest in him. Like, I ain't gonna even try to do this again, you know. So it's to the point where she admitted to him that she did not want to get married. She did not want to settle down and all that stuff. And he's ran off in the street. So we see him running like a fool. But eventually he comes back to the, it's like they was at a builder, what do you call those places where you can shoot pool and hang out and stuff. So he returned back to the place where she's sitting, and she was like, why did you run? And he was like, well, he had so many questions or whatever. And so she was just like, well, he asked her, he was like, so you don't love me? No love, no nothing. And she told him the truth. She was like, well, I guess it's the truth. She said she loves him, but she's not in love with him. And that's the end of their relationship. It's no more boyfriend, girlfriend. And then they can either be friends or they can be enemies. But he wasn't trying to take any of that. And she told him to go to the hotel and stay and then get ready to go back to America. But he begged her, and she even said she would pay for the hotel. I don't know if it was her money, her other boyfriend money, because I'm quite sure she has another man, or she's still spending Mike's money. Probably Mike money. Where'd she get money from, Shakina? Yeah, okay. So she did say she would pay for the hotel, and I guess she was going to use his money or somebody's money, because she ain't got no money. So he was like, no, he wanted to stay at the house. So she did agree to let him stay. And so the next day we see where he comes and he tells her that he's going to start packing his things so he can get ready to go. I think he still had like another day before his flight would leave. And so he starts packing his things. And then she approaches him with the wedding rings. Like, there was a wedding set and also the engagement ring. She's giving those things back to him, which is a good thing, because those are not things you should keep, especially if you're not going to go forward with the wedding. So I was happy she was doing that. I was like, okay, cool. She's letting him know that she's truly cutting all ties. And she had also mentioned to him before that he can even have all the things that he bought her. He could take all that stuff back. She wasn't trying to keep it if he was pressed about taking things back. So, and he was like, no, why would you give the rings back? I thought maybe you would hold on to them until we work things out. And she was like, work things out? We're not going to work things out. This is the end. It's no more. It's no more. And then he was like, why are you being like that? He asked her why she was being like that and treating him like that. And he said that if it wasn't for him, her family would be on the streets. And that stuff started rubbing Hamina the wrong way. She was like, what? And then he was like, so now you're making me realize that you only was dealing with me for the money. And he was like, well, what are you going to do if you're not with me? Are you going to go back to that adult site? It's like he really wanted to talk about the things she was doing prior to meeting him. And she said, what's wrong with that? You met me on adult site. And then in her confessionals, she admitted that she worked on this adult webcam. And I don't know, she was like, if it's like a porn site or whatever, but she said Mike was there every single day. And he would come every single day. And he even, he was paying for that. And he even told her, that he would take care of her and that she didn't have to do that anymore. And that she didn't force him to send her money, but he was sending her money. So this is something he wanted to do. But it's like he did not want people to know that that's how they met. So yeah, Mike, the cat is out the bag. That's how you met Hamina. That's how you got her. You know nothing about that woman sending her all that money like that. And now she don't want to sleep with you. She don't want to be with you. She's grossed out and all that. And ew, just even the thought of nah. So he was telling her that he was not going to stay at the hotel, that he was going to stay there, that he has, she was like, no, you're leaving. And he was like, no, he has paper showing that he's the person that pays rent there and he wasn't going nowhere. And so he ran his little butt upstairs and she was really upset with him. And I was like, hold up now. This girl said she knew somebody that was a hitman. And you want to be playing these games with her, Mike, you better get your stuff and go. So she comes in the room and she's telling him still that he needs to leave and all that good stuff. And her little sister come and she was telling the sister that Mike was being rude and nasty and all that. And she said that this is stupid. But Mike thought she said that he was stupid. So Mike called her stupid. And that really pissed Hamina off. And she was like, no, I'm not going to take this anymore. She was speaking in Spanish or whatever. And so the little sister, she tries to talk to Mike. And he's saying that he didn't want to leave, that he wanted to stay so he could tell the kids goodbye. Tell them kids bye now while you headed outside and going to the airport. And Hamina keeps telling him, no, he can't tell the kids bye. He just needs to leave. And she said, you're not going to talk to my kids or whatever. So then the little sister talks to him and she tells him he was wrong for saying that she was stupid, that she did not call him stupid. He was like, oh, whatever. And so the little sister told him that it was making her uncomfortable to hear them argue and that he needs to pack his things and go. And maybe the next day he could stop by and he could tell the kids bye. Because he said he wanted to tell the kids bye. Hamina's mom and her dad, because everyone in the family had been very nice and very good to him. Yeah, Mike, because you paying for them somewhere to stay. They're going to be nice to you. Oh, so we'll see what happens next week with them. It appears that Mike is going to be getting back on the plane. We have where Kimberly's already left, but we see Usman. He's going to be FaceTiming Zara. So Usman's got something up his sleeve next week. I'm not thinking about being in Mahogany or whatever her name is. They don't make sense. I think they're just playing us, as I've said many times before. And Gino and Jasmine, I guess we'll see if he's gonna ask her about that prenup or how far he gets with asking the ex about dropping his last name. I hope they show the ex. I just want to see what she looks like. I think she's also like Hispanic, Brazilian, something like that. All right, so that was 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. Thank you guys so much for checking out my channel. And I hope you guys continue to have a great week. Bye.